Morning, Sadi. It's March 1st now. What kind of goes through your head when you look at the calendar and you see that it's flipped to March?
Uh, Wait a minute. Hold on. I can't hear you guys. Let me do something different. Can somebody say something?
Yeah, were you able to hear that question or no?
Yeah, I was able to hear the question.
Oh, cool.
It's go time now, but it's kind of been go time for us for a few months, as we try to earn our way uh, uh, into seeding for the Big Ten tournament, as we try to earn our way into postseason play. Um, you hope this is the time of year that your team starts trending in the right direction. And so, we're just going to try to stay the course and gear ourselves up for a tough match against Illinois on Thursday.
Hey, Sadi, a couple of questions for you. You guys have won 6 of 8. I guess just what do you think has kind of fueled this late season push you guys are making?
I think our guys are just, having a very clear understanding of how important it is to just live in the details. Earlier in the year, we were losing a lot of these tough games by, close margins. And whether it was youth, whether it was experience, whether it was talent, whatever the denominators are that were contributing to us not finishing games. Now it appears that, we've learned from our past failures, and failures is a big part of learning how to be successful, right? And now I think that we're in a better position to finish out some of these games as we move forward, because they don't get any easier. And in a couple of weeks from now, or actually in a week from now, the records won't matter. Now it's just who's playing the best at the right time of the year. And so that's what really March is all about.
Right, and you mentioned the team's now doing a better job of finishing like these last 3 games. Just how much do you feel like this team now over these last 3 games has kind of been making those little plays, those little things that kind of make a big difference down the stretch late in games?
I think it's been huge. Whether it's a guy being in the right defensive position, whether it's setting the proper screen, whether it's boxing out and not giving up a critical offensive rebound. You never know which one of the, 70-something possessions that you have during the course of a game is going to impact the end result. And, I think our guys have done a better job here in the last couple of weeks of really just being dialed into that.
Sadi, hey, you guys are 11-7 in the Big Ten, just a couple of games out of first, and on the so-called NCAA tournament bubble. I mean, I guess, is there any lingering frustration over some of those games? You mentioned that were close losses. What could have been, or no?
I mean, I suppose everybody could do that at this point, right? But what good would it do us? It wouldn't do us any good. And we have to worry about Thursday. We have to worry about trying to get a really good road win against a really tough Illinois opponent. And if we can do that, then things continue to move forward from us. And, you really want to be in a position to where, as much as you can dictate your fate and improve or dictate your fate. That's where you want to be. You don't want things to have to happen to you as a result of other people's wins or losses.
Sure. And then what is Jet's status for tomorrow's game?
That's a good question. I think it's TBD. He's been progressing. I know he's been working really hard to through his rehab to get back. He's had a great attitude throughout and his support of his brothers in his absence. And, if and whenever he comes back, we're going to be happy to have him.
Sadi, I imagine the basketball world is a small one, but as you're preparing for Illinois, what's it like to be prepping and watching Terrence Shannon, a guy I'm sure you built a relationship with this past offseason?
He's had a great year. He's had a great year, and he's had a good impact in that program. He's such a competitor, and I think it's going to be a great challenge, but one that our guys are excited for. And so, as we get ready for tomorrow, we try to put the final pieces on, what we're going to do to stop these guys and how we're going to attack them from an offensive standpoint. I think it's going to make for a good game because both teams are in a situation where, there's a lot still to be playing for. And I don't think anybody wants to blink first.
Sadi, it feels like these last couple of games, Doug has kind of become more aggressive scoring the ball, I guess. Have you noticed a change at all?
I just think that's the natural maturation, of his role and, how he got there and, his comfort level of making plays on both sides of the ball. Whether he's scoring the ball or whether he's, chasing guys off pin downs or ball hawking them in the full court. I think it's been a really positive evolution of his game over the course of the season.
Hey, Sadi, I wonder when it's this point in the season and you're about to see Illinois for the first time, yet there's 18 games of Big Ten tape on film for each side. Do you guys feel like familiar with them or not, or what is sort of scouting them look like at this point, and what do they do well?
Yeah, I mean, during the course of the year, you kind of catch blinks of teams throughout the season, but it's not until you really get dialed in closer to when you're going to play them, to when you really start zeroing in on, all the and crafting the game plan. So, typically, you'll watch anywhere from 4 to 5 games to try to, do the best you can to pick up tendencies and actions and details that might help be favorable, either that, another team was successful with or something that we do with our principles and habits that will, work well, or things that we might need to adjust in. So, that's the joy and that's the fun of coaching, trying to put together and craft a game plan that you think, if executed properly, will give you a positive result.
And what have you seen from them? Who stands out?
Shoot, their whole team, man. Like, they're a team that they can get up and down the floor with the best of them. They can finish at the rim. They got shooters all over the floor. They got interior play. They defend like no other. So, when you look at them, they're a pretty complete bunch. And, we're going to have to play well in Champaign to get it done.
Hey, Sadi, I kind of have a two-part question here. Just how do you think Will has fared in his 4 starts? And then with Terrence moving to the bench, just how has he handled kind of moving into a reserve role?
I think both guys have handled it fairly well. For Will, he's a kid that brings energy, his voice, his activity to that starting group. And, for him, having kind of role reversal as such in these last couple of weeks, I think it has benefited our team. I think T. Will has done a tremendous job of bringing his veteran leadership off the bench and giving us some very quality minutes in his production since he's come back from his injury. And so, at the end of the day, man, it's about being selfless to the team and doing what it takes to impact winning. And I think both of those kids have done a tremendous job in doing that.
You're muted, Tom.
Does anybody have anything else for Coach? All right, Sadi, that'll do it.